te patrum laudamus, orimus te vocis nostris audit. And the children of God did evil again in the sight of the Lord, as they had many times before. The Lord stirred in his law, strengthened an oppressor against his children. And the oppressor was vicious in their myriad of baleful ways against the low. The people would then repent. In observance, in his merciful ways, God would send a judge with a spirit from heaven above to defeat the enemies of his children and restore peace in the land.
illkay.
Yeah. Let's get it. There are countless states that equate the absolution of force without restraint and the destitution of their population to the maintenance of elevated stations of barons and duchess. The people's wealth within their clutches. These oppressors, they press us, distress us. With fires that seize upon every season of the people's spring. When the people sing, their hands they ring. A champion they call for, who will the Lord bring? It reminds me of a time back when all the mysteries of the holy began. In the east where now there is sand. In the east where now there is sand. There was once a people whose fates were not measured equal. They did evil like the sisters of fate thread with needle. The destinies of the aggregate spun. So the Lord he swung, the pendulum swung. The rest it now comes. King England is the one who ruled in this time, and down he would grind into the people. He who altogether all the many falls are tethered to have reigned over those who would be the Israelites for nearly 2 decades. The people chosen redeemed themselves with God the Father, and as people do falter, the Lord he forgave. Shuffling with spades, the reverberating waves of the fateful days do quake, they do quake. The Lord nodded his head as if it were the wave of a wand. And many hours before dawn, upon a man striding a left-hand path, salt and soot followed from river bath. The son of Gera, the Benjamite, rideth out in the night, dispatched by the Israelites, who conspired to deliver death coals and shivers. I'll paint you the picture. A customary tribute was always given by the children of Israel to the king. For blessings they bring, nourish the ring. Made of gold on hand without callous or wear. On this fateful year. From the lowest of low they tipped and toed. And whispered, he will wither, he will wither. The tides bring us deliverance, nary beware us. We have the son of Gera, Ehud, who will bring offering to England. And once the planning was done, the people they sent him off. And the nobles they looked down and scoffed. Ehud was determined as all. No matter the odds. The tribute must be brought within the palace walls. There are countless states that equate the absolution of force without restraint and the destitution of their population to the maintenance of elevated stations of barons and duchess. The people's wealth within their clutches. These oppressors they press us, distress us. With fires that seize upon every season of the people's spring. When the people sing, their hands they ring. A champion they call for, who will the Lord bring? It reminds me of a time back when all the mysteries of the holy began. In the east where now there is sand. In the east where now there is sand. No, this isn't the effort of one man. This is the tale of the collective from the lowest perspective. But every spear has a head. Go against the flock and make your bed. My people are the reddest of reds. Upon arrival, Ehud would find no rivals. For attention was given, the tribute was splendid. Dazzling and shimmering. Ehud bowed and said with his voice, I haven't a choice, O king, I have a message for thee. Though you must keep silent as the breeze. King England said then, that after what you have brung, come hither, come. Those in my company leave us be. Let him tell me the message, whatever it may be. After we finish with the business of movement, upstairs I will hear and see. The king then settled like sediment upon the second levelment where he dwells within. Ehud came up after them, and he spoke, saying as he approached, I have a message from God unto thee. And England arose from his seat. And left hand Ehud retrieved. Blade concealed beneath. Into the king's belly with ease. Into the king's belly with ease. Into the king's belly with ease. The sword of God striketh when it please. The sword of God striketh when it please. The king fell dying without tea. Ehud went out through the port. He locked all the doors and fled then finding cords. In the aftermath, Ehud would rally the people's power. The kingdom of England would be rallied. And the Israelites liberated, given 4 scores of heaven's chords strumming unto peace. Who knows when the Lord will prepare us our feast? Given from false bounty, as we await county by county. But know the days they are counting. Oh yes, the days they are counting. There are countless states that equate the absolution of force without restraint and the destitution of their population to the maintenance of elevated stations of barons and duchess. The people's wealth within their clutches. These oppressors they press us, distress us. With fires that seize upon every season of the people's spring. When the people sing, their hands they ring. A champion they call for, who will the Lord bring? It reminds me of a time back when all the mysteries of the holy began. In the east where now there is sand. In the east where now there is sand. In the east where now there is sand.
Yeah. us all did.